Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry for the interruption kasi internet signal natin dito sa site natin. So anyway, let's go back and continue the conference. Friends, brothers and sisters, all practitioners of Dugukan, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. To all friends, brothers, and sisters outside the country following the wellness or holistic art of Dugukan. So I am very sorry for the interruption kasi internet signal connection. Anyway, we are now here again, live again. And so we're going to continue our broadcast. So welcome again, Iris Bularin, Igmat Emari, and also Maribik Anagha sa India. Good afternoon po, GM. Yes, good afternoon, Maribik. And nice to see you again. So, kanina parang nice na itong ating umpinsahan, but we're being interrupted with the internet signal here. So, it's okay. Anyway, we can still go on. Continue tayo ngayon. And now, joining also is Jonel Aladad. So, welcome, Jonel. And Brad Edwin sa Liboron Karkar Chapter. Mayong hapon diha, Brad. O sa tanang mga brothers and sisters natin dyan sa Karkar, mayong hapon. And joining also is Matan Churel and Haliging Ruslan, welcome. So, as I said, that we are here, and now joining also is Brilliantly. So, good afternoon, Brilliantly, and nice. I'm glad, feeling glad that you're joined. It's so nice. So, today is very nice. Our surrounding is very beautiful. So, dito muna, pa-rooftop muna tayo ngayon. So, we can see new environment also. So, this is a place high frequency and nice, very nice to see you all here in our live broadcast from Ani. Ani, dyan siya, doon siya, chapter natin siya. And then, Aptik Irish. Mayong hapon, Aptik. Siya, ito ang chapter sa Liboron, Karkar City, and hoping everything is going fine over there. And Rhodesia also Ababa, Dikdikan. So good afternoon, GM. Yes, good afternoon, Rhodesia. Nice to see you here. And to Noel Hernaiz, mayong hapon, GM. Mayong hapon po sa kang Marian Villegas sa Negros, Kanglaon. Mayong hapon dihaan. And Lelia Jin sa Guadalupe Karkar Chapter. So mayong hapon sa tanang mga practitioners sa Dugukan. Engineer Journey, Kirby. So, good afternoon, Jim. Home quarantine. In line with the government protocols. Yes, we are always doing our home quarantine. So, this is our home. Rooftop lang tayo ngayon. Kay hindi tayo pasyal-pasyal muna ngayon. Kaya we'll still have this quarantine. So, together with our brothers and sisters in the holistic art of Dugukan. So, na atong family dili karon sa Dugukan. Dili nga atong mga brothers and sisters. Pero we are observing this is still home. Home man gyapon ning ato ang gi broadcastan sa ato karong mga kalihukan. Together sa tanang mga friends, brothers and sisters. So again, welcome. And today we are going to talk again, continue the lessons, the topics that we are going to discuss. And again, I'm very glad sa tanan, to all the practitioners of Dugukan, sa lahat, ang mga kasamahan natin sa holistic art, dito sa Babag chapter, headed by energetic Honorable Barangay Captain Cesar Dolorito, and to all the sa Liboron chapter natin, headed by Aptik Irish Utop. So nice and glad doon sa karaatan natin doon, headed by doon sa chapter natin sa karatan by Matan Arthur. Now also Tiffany is joining, and once again magandang hapon, magandang araw ni Pasita, watching from si Pasita sa Kuwait. So maayong hapon ni mong Pasit, and nice to see you. Maayong hapon, GM, from Edwin, and from Starlet also joining now, and Ria De Los Santos, mayong adlaw dihaday, and Ani Belindes again. So once again, maayong hapon Jim. Malipayong pagpaminaw sa imong mga buluwanong mga mensahe. So nabasa nila ko kaniya. And then also Benji Estorco. Ito si Benji Estorco. Malayong malayo pa ni siya sa Negros na siya. Niya, okay, good. And also John Kirby, good afternoon. Okay, so okay, good afternoon everybody. So ngayon, itong nature talaga is nice. High frequency, as you perceive the energy in the surroundings. So this is nice frequency. And of course, lingering in the surroundings are different energies as you perceive. So while we're having this broadcast, also people are joining and different vibrations. So it means to say different energies, different frequencies. And we're going to entangle all these energies. So negative, positive, positive, negative. And we are all positive. We are shadow kasi guided by the Supreme Super Light Angels Spiritual Energy Station. So we're here doing our live broadcast with good energy from everyone that joins. So tayong lahat ngayon nag-iilaw sa maliwanag na mundo. Ngayon, napakaliwanag ang mundo natin ngayon. So unlike when we are there inside the room, inside the house, it's still inside the house. Only lang, we are here at the rooftop. Kasi ito, rooftop, itong building na we are right now here staying is until 4th floor ito. So dito tayo sa pinakataas. So makita natin 360 degrees surrounded by mountains. So when you do angels contacts and connection in this place during the night, so the place is beautiful and you can see bigger stars and the energy is quite different. So that's why whenever the time you can have your time, feel free also to visit a place, especially on top of the mountain where you can perceive high frequency. Iba ang higher frequency. Our cells will be absorbing energies in the surroundings, in the external environment. Are having so much. Itong external environment, may mga energies we can perceive. Yan, vital essences of nature. So, I'm talking about vital essences of nature. So, dito tayo. Our inner cultivation is enhancing, getting familiarization with the vital essences of nature. Things that I'm really, really discussing and sharing the secret of our lessons. So, everybody can do their inner cultivation. So by this time, practitioners of the Bukan are doing inner cultivation today. We are having usual lessons. So we eat the usual food that we eat every day. So bukas na naman, we'll go back to the inner cultivation using modality of water. And still, that is still eating. So it's not actually fasting, but I just named it fasting para yung mga tao na hindi pa sanay sa term na ginagamit natin, so they will realize na ito, inner cultivation ito, because this is part of the cleansing. Anyway, that is included already. Cleansing and at the same time also cultivation to absorb more energies from the vital essences of nature. And with that very specific food that we eat, the living water of life. So we'll just call it living water of life because whenever the time that we are going to drink the water has vital essence of nature because it is an activated energy by the blessings that we put it in the water. Kasi that is how we are going to use the energy cultivation, ang ating cultivation using the modality of water. Okay, friends, brothers and sisters. Okay, I'm going to read first the message from Matan Chiril, Quijano, good day. GMPS 172, nice to see you again. Live in FB, strong energy and the surroundings looks energized and fresh. Yes, tamang-tama ka dyan, nag-iilaw na Matan Chiril. Itong nature, we cannot separate ourselves with nature. So that's why when we are in nature, especially during the time, mayroon tayong mga kabigatan na nararamdaman sa ating buhay. So, emotionally depressed, or mayroong maraming mga strangling thoughts in the mind. So that would be the time to find inner stillness, and a beautiful scenery of nature, beautiful environment could facilitate the point of reaching or getting inner stillness. So people do really need inner stillness. So kailangan talaga mayroon tayong inner stillness. Pag wala tayong inner stillness, so wala ring vigor ng spirit. So mayroong maraming mga reasons in life why we cannot feel positive energy because of the surroundings, negative surroundings. So we must be always aware of the negative energies in the surroundings. And the way to do that is enhance our energy cultivation. So holistic art, as I said, good holistic art always associated with nature. So mayroon tayong mga exercises. By the way, kamusta naman yung mga COVID virus dyan sa mga lugar-lugar ninyo? Okay? Anyway, as we are in the inner cultivation, okay lang itong mga panahon natin. Hindi lang tayo magkumpiyansa po kay ibang mga tao magkumpiyansa sila. So, sila ng mga viruses, wala man sila inner cultivation. So, nang i-encourage lang po nato sila nga okay, boost the immune system, boost the energy body, kasama magsabay yan, immune system, powerful immune system and powerful energy body. So what's the secret of having a powerful immune system? So by having powerful energy body. And how to get a powerful energy body? Okay, joining now is Tin Adriano watching. So welcome Tin sa ating conference, and I'm glad to see you here. So anong kailangan natin na mas mapalakas natin itong energy body? Okay, they are very specific in that question. So, ang ating connection sa Supreme Master of Heaven. So, we'll just call it Supreme Master of Heaven. So, Supreme Super Light Angels. So, by this time, people are amazed, many enthusiasts of unidentified flying objects. So, and people are wondering why we are going to associate our activities. We are in the holistic art, but we are going to associate our holistic activities in the unidentified flying objects, mysterious lights. Anyway, yan lang ang mga maririnig sa mga tao. And then, if we begin the education of the Dubukan revealed, so we are not actually talking about identified flying objects, but we are talking about the reality, the supreme reality. We are talking about reality of super light body. So, the super light bodies are higher beings, not commonly familiar, not commonly the common people are familiar with that kind of higher beings. So that's why in this holistic art, because we are dealing with wholeness, so i-discuss natin sila dito and our connections in this oneness with all. Now, joining also is Knight Teriso, Gamutan, watching. Watching you, Jim, from Caraga region. Okay, nice. And good afternoon to you, Knight Teriso. And glad again that you joined in our live broadcast. This is our conference talking of holistic art. And Cecil also, the Lucerna is joining. Mayong adlaw di anday, Cecil. And welcome sa ating broadcast. And today, I'm anticipating that we are here on top of the building. Nag-broadcast tayo so that also our viewers can see the presence of nature and you can perceive the presence of nature. So it is as if that you are also here in our site. You are also here with us joining in our holistic art. So while we are having enhancement quarantine, as I said, we are also having our enhancement of cultivation. So that's more important by this time. So it means to say we are not left behind left behind in the race of good health. Talking about good health. So, why we are always keep talking good health? Kasi ngayon, ang maraming mga tao na threatened because of the coronavirus. So, pag we are afraid, so much afraid of the trials in the surroundings. So, it's just like we are depressed, for example, so it will shut down our powerful immune system. And of course, if the powerful system is shut down, so we will become vulnerable with illness. So when we are having the vigor of spirit, so masking you are going to swim in the ocean of negative energies. You are going to bath the viruses in your physical body. Then again, you are not vulnerable with the viruses because, and that anyway, that is not exaggerated because, as I said, the super electromagnetic energy that you are going to develop in your inner cultivation is more than enough to burn up all those negative energies. Is more than enough to burn up all those viruses. So that's why when I said that you are not vulnerable, people doing inner cultivation, higher inner cultivation, they are not vulnerable with any kinds of viruses. Of course, the physical body, because it's made up, is carbon life foundation, it's physical body having weaknesses. So, mayroon siyang pagkakataon na magkasakit din. Then, the time that we are sick, so that's the time also we apply energy healing. So, that is self-healing. So, everybody in the holistic art of Dugukan must practice energy healing. So, the time that you are not feeling well, okay, right away, treat it by energy healing. So, joining now is Igmat Marjorie. Mayong adlaw, Igmat. Nice to see you. And of course, welcome sa ating conference. From Sicily de la Serna, mayong adlaw, Shell. Mayong adlaw po GM. We are watching you here in Buena Vista, Karkar. So sa tanang mga taga Buena Vista, Karkar, mayong hapon diha sa tanang mga taga barangay sa Buena Vista, Karkar, sa ato ang makugihon nga barangay captain, mayong hapon diha sa tanang mga konsehals. Mayong hapon sa tanan taga barangay Buena Vista ug sa tanang mga tao sa kinatibuk-ang syudad sa Karkar, mayong hapon. So this is our live conference, Holistic Art, and to all friends, brothers, and sisters, not only in the country but in the entire planet, including the aliens. So good day to everyone, and as we are today, we are going to receive the blessings from the Supreme Master of Heaven, Supreme Master of Wisdom, Supreme Superlight Angels. Anyway, I'm not afraid telling about Supreme Master of Wisdom, Supreme Light Angels, because as I said, we are very scientific when we are going to say when I said that when I say we are scientific, so it means to say we are going to do actual, or we are in the direct experience. So people when will inquire us, what do you mean by Supreme Superlight Angels? Ano bang ibig sabihin ng Supreme Superlight Angels? Okay, join with us and observe. Join with us and observe, then you will see. Okay, that's ganyan lang ka simple. So it means to say we are not boasting ourselves. We are not boasting the information that we have. We are just only responding to our divine or inner callings. So that's the reason why we are very confident in sharing our informations to all the rest, brothers and sisters. And I'm having this live broadcast, then I'm bringing this kinds of message, so without hesitation, because this is really the point why we have this live broadcast, and to share also the lessons which are very, very, very beneficial for everybody. Okay, from Biyaya. Okay, Biyaya is okay. Nice to see you, Biyaya. And from Starlet, good afternoon, Jim. We are watching you live here in Karatan. Yes, magandang mayong adlaw diya sa tanang mga taga Karatan. Sa tanan jud, sa tanan walay giliatan sa tanan. And I'm going to talk about, of course, again, I would like to encourage everyone to have a copy of the book. You should have the copy of the book because you can review the book and you will learn the literature of Dugukan. When you go forward or deeper lessons in Dugukan, so at least you already have the idea. And to begin, where you are going to open up your realization of the lessons of Dugukan. So there are so many things that you need to know in the book, especially just like, for example, your guardian angel and spiritual master. So there are guardian angels and spiritual masters which are responsible for our future. So that's why many people are having experiencing so much blockage in maraming mga blockages sa buhay kasi they are not with the precise office of their guardian angel and spiritual master. So kailangan malalaman natin yan. So that is one of the point why you should have the book. And early morning, especially 2 a.m. So usually 3 hours or 4 hours before the sun will rise early morning, gigisingin kayo sa mga divine guidance niyo. So at that time, that's good. You begin your fourth task. Then after fulfilling your fourth task, so okay, proceed to reading of the book. Mas maganda pag magbasa kayo ng the book of Bibutan kasi makaguide yun sa inyong journey in the world of inner discovery. Biyaya, mayong hapon GM, mayong hapon sa tanan. Nice, mayong hapon biyaya. From Engineer Kirby, GM, can you please heal my soul and my physical mundane due to some kind of awakening wherein I find it hard to go back to sleep. Okay, so do exercise, Engineer, because that is the nature of your soul. When talking about nature of your soul, the nature of your soul is light. So it means to say that the nature of soul is really light and it is activating. So it means to say if you cannot sleep, you are hyper at that time, and you will notice how do you feel in your physical body. So that's why if you feel that you cannot really sleep, okay, do your exercise. Combine the external exercise and at the same time also the internal exercise. So whenever the time that you feel something like you feel tired in doing your physical exercise, external system, okay, proceed to the breathing exercise. Then after that, then good for you if you cannot sleep. By the way, why? Because it's time for you to read the book. So anyway, dahan-dahan lang. At least even 1 hour a day reading is good. Isang oras na pagbasa isang araw, that would be good, because if it is a month, so times 30, that would be 30 hours in a month. Then marami na kang mabasa sa mga regarding sa mga lesson na i-share natin sa mga tao. And of course, do your energy healing. That's why we have divine healing, energy healing, so that we can apply it in our physical body. Anyway, balance everything. Use the natural way of management of the physical body. Natural way is nature, energy of the nature. Then your connection with the Supreme Master of Heaven. And with that, apply. If you cannot sleep, read the book. Then if you feel not like to read the book, okay, do exercise. Then if you feel not like to do your exercise, okay, meditate. So a lot of things that you cannot, you could do. Well, you cannot sleep. Anyway, just like me, do you know that I did not sleep last night? Until today, I did not sleep. Wala ko nakatulog kay ang daming mga ginawa-gawa kay after the live broadcast kapon, nag-Art of Life tayo, 6:15 in the evening. So that was collective. Ang daming mga signals, daming mga taong mga nakakonect. So right after that, may ginawa tayo, inner activities sa spiritual side. So hindi tayo nakatulog. Then pagka alas 12 na, okay, so i-close natin yung inner cultivation natin, kain tayo. So maraming akong nakaon, maraming akong mga kinain, so busog kayo. So what I did is I write the book. So malami akong nasulat. So when I realized that the time is already 4 o'clock, 4:30 or already 4:30 in the morning. So ano nang magawa natin, 4:30 in the morning na. So proceed na tayo sa ibang mga activities. So that's why I said that hindi ako nakatulog kapon until this time. Wala tayong tulog ngayon. So that's why I'm used to this ano ba ito, kaning radiation, anti-radiation. This is not anti-radiation ito na na glasses, eyeglass. So anti-radiation. So nakatutulong rin anti-radiation. Kasi again, what the body needs is negative ion. So that's why we are here in the surroundings, beautiful, surrounded by mountains, high frequency, so that we could breathe fresh air, not inside the room. Doon ang ma-breath natin doon is preyon sa aircon. So it's okay, malamig din, but it's really different pag pag nature ang surroundings. Okay? Okay, Rudisha is joining, and Rudisha Baba, good afternoon, Jim. Yes, Rudisha, good afternoon. Nice to see you here. And Guadalupe Karkar, yes. Then Kulit, watching. Okay, welcome, Kulit, and nice to see you here. And you look like beautiful in this gorgeous picture of a bird. So it means to say eagle of light. Ano, bird of light. Okay, nice to see you here. Jillian also is joining, and Biaya, I have a question. GM, okay, I'll read the question first. One night I had a dream. A man was telling me he kept on watching over me. Gisundan daw ko niya, and he even told me his name. Mura naman iyang naong og pariha. Okay, pa ko saka. Pariha nato unsa man pasabot adto. I also dream a lot of people nga naglinya kay magpatambal kuno sila sa kuha. They even introduced themselves sa mga as mga engkanto kuno sila. Wala ko kasabot unsa ni GM. Okay. So, ang mga damo katuhuan ug dili kaduha-duhaan. So it means to say you are being informed your future activities nga manambal ka. Ang kanang gasundod-sunod nimo nga gisundan ka, that's because yung parihirag naong nimo, that is one of your guide in the elemental side. So that could be one, he could be one of your guides in the spiritual side. Okay, that's good. Anyway, that's really good. And on future time, you will do your healing. Maraming mga tao na magpa-heal sa iyo as you are being called now to do your energy healing. Kasama mo yung mga elementals. Anyway, maraming mga elementals, so they would like to do their missions also. Na gusto silang mag-participate ng mga endeavor natin to help the healing of life and nature. So they are also with us. So that's why, talking about of our principle, we are not alone. Kasali na lahat yung mga good na mga elementals. Gusto din sila na magawa ng kanilang mga vision sa buhay in oneness with the humans of the earth. So this is why you have to read yung itong mga friends and brothers and sisters natin, mga practitioners ng dubukan, why I am encouraging everyone to have a copy of the book, kasi marami tayong mga kailangang ma-familiar doon sa book as we go forward in our discussion. I can discuss here, but I just only pick up part of the sentences, part of the topic of the book, then expound it. It's better that you have really the copy of the book so that you can read the entire book. So, pag doon sa libro, may mga it's mentioned there, the 14th and the 15th advanced, the 14th and the 15th elemental dimension. So itong 14th and 15th elemental dimension, ang the 14th, when I'm talking 14th elemental dimension, that refers to the human dimension. Sa atin yan, mga tao, that will correspond to the third dimensions of the world. Third dimensional ba? When I'm talking about dimensional world. So, itong dimension ng mga tao is the 14th elemental dimension. Sa mga engkanto yan. And the 15th sa mga tao. So, it means to say, itong 14th and the 15th, neighbor ito sila. And almost magkatabi. Because these are the dimensions closest to each other. So, ang dimension ng mga tao at saka mga dimension ng mga engkanto at saka they are both belong in the third dimension. So the 14th and 15th elemental dimension. Noong sa una, 14 lang. So sama ang yung mga tao at saka mga engkanto. But because of the violent acts against life and nature, so nag-separate yung mga dimension. So hindi na masyadong makaunawa itong mga tao ng lives associated with the elementary and associated with nature. So that's why maraming mga inner discoveries na kailangan gawin ng mga tao just to know the truth of going deeper, knowing about the mystery of life. Anyway, these are part of the reality wherein people cannot deny when you go into deeper inner discovery. Okay, from Biaya, pwede na ko tawagon ang name atong tao nga nagdamgo nako if ever I need some help. Okay, yes, pwede. Kay during the time of your meditation, i-inquire muna pag ano ang sadya niya, ang usay ang tuyo niya sa imuha. Then if you will realize na okay, maganda kay mayo iyang tuyo nimo, so you can establish good connection with him, even though in that nandyan siya sa inulato na sa lain nga dimension, but you are going to expand your divine connection, your connectivity with the elemental realm. Ako, ang dami nga akong mga friends sa mga elemental realm. Hindi naman yan masama kasi that is how we are going to make friendship, how we are going to make brotherhood, not only with the humans but including all the life associated with nature. Dili naman na siya pag-ingon nga pagsimba. We are not magsimba anang klaseng mga ana. In fact, pwede ikaw pwede ka makagsumbagay nila o dili sila maayo. Malupig pa na nimo sila. It means to say na we are not worshiping because it's not in our dictionary that we are going to worship any other entities, any gods, because there is only one supreme or most high, and that refers to the most high, supreme master of heaven, supreme light, angels. Tinawag ng mga tao na God or Lord God of heaven or the Almighty God. So yan, doon tayo, direct tayo. That's why we have complete surrender. But then getting association with the elemental realm, so we are having to connect, we're having to expand our connections with nature, expanding with nature, because there are really lives associated with the divine mother nature. Okay, now joining also is Generous and also Melanie sa Babag chapter. So good afternoon, Melanie, and nice to see you and joining in our conference. It's very nice. I'm really glad. Then Margot Solorin sa Liboron chapter sa Karkar City, Cebu. So mayong adlaw sa tanang mga taga Karkar City, especially sa tanang mga taga Liboron chapter. Mayong adlaw dihanday sa tanang mga practitioners sa Dugukan Holistic Art. Okay? And okay, so Night Tiriso Gamutan. Here is my question. During my medical practice, meditation, practice, my breathing, I heard is out of my right ear. And when I'm doing my art of life, na dito pa rin, on and off. So, sabihin na, okay, during my meditation practice, my breathing, I heard, is out of my right ear. And when I'm doing my art of life, na dito pa rin, on and off. When you do your meditation and art of life, so marami kang ma-perceive. You can perceive your ears, mayroong sound ng malakas na current, na kuryente, and you can perceive the energies in the surroundings. Marami talagang mga perceive mo when you do the meditations using the connections of the Supreme Light Angels. When you do also art of life, you can really perceive the energies, and you can perceive the energies on your receptors. So you have different receptors in the physical body, so especially in the ear, so you can perceive it in your ear, and you can perceive it in the cells of your body. Ma-perceive yung difference of the frequency or energy. So that's nice. That's why I'm always encouraging everybody to do art of life 172. Anyway, again, so I'm looking forward. So we're looking forward to this year. Supposedly our conference was held this month, last 2 and 3, physically doon sa site natin, but we did not able to do it. So that's why nangyari din dito lang tayo sa broadcast live Facebook. Anyway, looking forward na makalans tayo this year, na makakita-kita yung mga lahat ng mga practitioners of the Dugukan Holistic Art, kasi marami tayong mga i-enhance sa ating mga lessons. Ano bang mga i-enhance natin sa ating lessons? So especially energy healing, hilot healing, art of life. Itong art of life, when you put it into the habit every day, at saka i-correct mo yung mga movement mo sa Art of Life, so it means to say na maging proficient kayo sa forms and gestures of the Art of Life. So when you are proficient in the gestures of the forms of lessons of the Art of Life, so talagang ma-perceive ninyo ang malakas na energy, and it's really big difference when you are proficient in performing the forms and gestures of Art of Life. 172. Paano siya iparan at saka itong mga different gestures of the Dukan Lights of Meditation. So actually, the Dukan Art of Life 172, the structural, so applies sa meditation kasi it's not moving. Stationary siya. Then the transitory, which is moving exercise, that is Art of Life 172. So moment na ma-enhance ninyo itong mga forms and gestures, you can really perceive the big difference because this time you already have the mastery. So after performing the lesson, so it is as if that you are going to open up the door. You have the key to open up the door. Then the door is open, okay, doon pwede na kayong pumasok at saka ma-perceive ninyo yung mga energy na mas malakas pag yun. Okay, from Cherilyn. And mayong hapon, Cherilyn, sa ating mga kasamahan sa Lebanon chapter. Joining is Cherilyn. Welcome, Cherilyn, and nice to see you here. And also, Romy Arisgado. So, mayong hapon diha, Romy, sa Karkar City, Cebu. And Hernie Istorco, sa mayong hapon, Jim. God bless you. Yes, likewise to you also, Hernie. Sa malayo ito, Hernie, sa Negros ni siya. Mayong hapon, Hernie. Nice to see you here. Okay, and I'm glad again. And you see the surroundings here is beautiful scenery, high frequency. So high frequency itong site na nahimutangan nato karon, and we are doing here live broadcast sa FB para makikita po mo diri sa ato ang lugar sa syudad sa Cebu City nga surrounded by mountains, and the mountains are filled with covered with thick range of yung covered by the trees. So it means to say maraming elemental. Nakakita kayo ng elemental? Nakita ba kayo ng elemental dyan? Anyway, nag-iilaw ang ating mga liwanag ngayon sa katawan as I perceive the different energies coming from the different cells. So it means to say I am perceiving the different cells or consciousness, energy, light, life sa lahat ng mga nag-join ngayon. At saka may mga bagong mga energies na nag-join, so they are joining also. They do not appear here in the screen yung mga names nila, but they are joining. Anyway, that's good. And welcome everyone. Okay, so biyaya. Me too, I hear sound from my palate tag mag-deep meditation ko. Yes, nice. And in fact, pag itong clairvoyant, pag-work, you are clairvoyant, so it means to say na marami kang ma-perceive in the surroundings. Even you can perceive sounds, you can see visions, and that's the time that you have to discern which in your cell, which is your dominant element, water element or fire element. So it's there because if what is your dominant element during meditation, so it will come in the form of vision. So pag your water yung dominant energy mo, element mo sa katawan, so you can see fire or water, you can see water, ocean, seas, water, bodies of water. But then if fire also, so you can see fire. So you can anticipate also using that vision because you know where to begin your activation para mas lalo pang lumalakas itong mga cultivation na ginagawa mo. Okay, from Matan Arthur, good afternoon, GM, watching here from Karatan chapter. Pasensya na GM, hinay ang signal dire. It's okay lang do. Maayo kayo nga naamo diya karon. Onya from Jonel, during meditation last day, GM, may nakita akong symbol nag-flash parang light codes. Possible ba yun na light codes? Yung light codes ba mag-download sa cell? Okay, pag if you can manage to remember it, so that would be good, so that you can use it. Kasi that's why ipakita yung mga vision, especially divine words or mga codings, so that you can remember you can remember them. Pag hindi mo sila ma-remember, sayang yon. So that's why when you do your meditation, so you have a piece of paper and notebook, or you have a notebook and a pencil or ball pen, so that immediately you can jot it down, especially when you do your conscious astral journey or advanced spiritual study. So you must prepare something, a piece of paper and ball pen, so that whenever the time you can get the vision, so jot it down right away, kasi makatutulong yan sa inyong cultivation, because especially for the guidance from your guardian angel and your spiritual master, so whenever the time mayroon silang mga mensahe, sa ipasa nila yon doon na sa panahon na you can travel spiritually through your astral body or astral vehicle on the astral realm. Okay, from Maribig, GM, when I was doing my si ipadong sa Maribig. When I was doing my gesture last night at 11:15 p.m. on the rooftop, bats are started flying and bats having negative energies. Okay, not really, because even not bats, so long as it is driven by negative energies, so maging negative energies yan. But even yung bats yan na talagang parang ano bang mukha ng bats, parang witchcraft ba yung mukha ng bats, but it does not mean na masama yan. So you follow the signal. Pag yung signal ninyo is yung negative yung signal, so it means to say there is negative energies in the surrounding, even though yung mga makikita nyo looks like angel. Although makakita kayo ng mga doves, but then there are negative energies na na-perceive nyo sa signal niyo, so it means to say even the doves that looks like angel, because those are symbols of spirit, but could be used also by the negative energies. So but itong bats, pwede din siya ma-use ng mga positive energies, or more precisely also, it could be used by the negative energies. So, but that does not necessarily na negative energies. Kaya especially pag itong maliwanag ang buwan, yung mga bats, active itong mga bats, especially pag maliwanag ang buwan during the night, so palagi silang nakalilipad, especially pag mayroong mga flowers doon sa surroundings na pwede nilang kakainin. So, it's okay. You follow the signal. Pag yung signal is negative, okay, immediately, right away, suppress the negative energies. So, you follow the signal. Okay. So, from Junel, na-remember ko yung symbol ng light code, nasulat ko GM. Paano yun gamitin? Okay, so that's good. Okay. So, usually, pag itong mga light codes, so wait for the time na madiscover mo yung purpose niya. Then if it is a divine words or light code, so baka maggamit mo yan doon na sa during astral journey mo, may kailangan kang gusto mong sudlon or gusto mong pasukin, then hindi ka makapasok. Okay, you can use that light code. And usually, just like put it in this way, itong mga divine words, so long as it is released from and that procedure, inner, through your advanced spiritual study, it is used for any title power. So, any title power yan. So, magamit mo kahit anong gustong gawin mo in healing or in suppressing the negative energies, negative psychic attacks, or in protections against bad lucks. So, any title, any purpose yan, any title power yan. So, yan ang gamit yan, Janelle. Then from Maribik, thank you po, GM. Yes, you're welcome, Maribik. And from Marjorie, indeed, GM, I perform precisely the art of life, 172 lessons, energy cultivation. I perceive tremendous energy. Yes, precisely. When you do art of life, tremendous energy, much more if you are enhanced with the forms and gestures of the art of life. From Sukram. Udrabak, pagkangilngit aning nga na Marcos, Makoy, gahom naman yung pangana. Okay, good afternoon, Jim. Atong pag-celestial conference, nag-meditate mi dayon. Nakita nako si Saint Joseph naghayag iyang lawas tapos nawala niya dayon ni puli si Mama Mary. Mangutana ko unsay kahulugan ato GM. Gipakita ka kay meaning as I said, the Supreme Master of Heaven will make an illustration in the site because the site, we have a mission in the site to arrange the site, but we cannot arrange the site we cannot arrange the site without the love of the heart of the people. So that's my reason why na itong site natin, every day mayroong mga visitors, mayroong mga inspector dyan sa spiritual dimension. And maraming mga balang espiritu na diha magsuroy diha kada adlaw gyud na. And the Supreme Lord God of Heaven will make an illustration in the site because the site is holy and it has a good future. And I'm talking about good future. Mayroong maraming mga event na mangyari dyan. And it's not from my words, but it's from the divine guidance of the Supreme Master. So that's why I'm encouraging everyone there na take good care of the site. Maski wala kami dyan, but spiritually, we are always present in the site. And we are going to develop the site by the love of the heart of the people. What do you mean by the love of the heart of the people? So, we cannot do it parang mga tao, mag-fundraising tayo kay ipagawa natin ng shrine. No, I'm not going to allow that because it means to say from the love of the heart of the people that comes from the bottom of the heart. It means to say there's no need to make fundraising. Then we are going to advertise and we are going to convince people to help us in developing the site. It means to say from the love of the heart of the people, mayroon pusang loob na talaga enlighten yung heart ng mga tao that they are going to do because they are guided by the Holy Spirit. They are guided by the love of the heart, not that we are going to convince and explain them. So that's why nobody would do fundraising and convince anyone that we are going to develop the site and we are going to ask help from anyone because it's God's blessing. Because the most important in the development of the site is the site will be established, the site will grow by the love of the heart of the people, not by the advertisement, but by the strategy that we are going to put up. So people will help us. There is no need that the people will help us because the heaven will help us. Heaven will help us. And who are the ones that will come to reply the divine callings in life? So they are the ones that come from the Most High and guided by the Holy Spirit, guided by the divine Most High to be with us in this endeavor, to be with us in enlightening not only the people in the surroundings but for the entire planet. Then as I said, including the aliens. We will include the aliens because aliens are also mortal physical and they really need also enlightenment. But we do not see aliens, di ba? Now scientists are looking deeper about the presence or the existence of the aliens in some other planets, even from the far galaxies. Because there are really presence of the aliens. That's the belief by the people now, especially the scientists. They are doing into more research about the existence of extraterrestrial beings. And here now I'm going to make it very clear here that what we are talking about, mysterious lights manifesting the skies, and we name it not unidentified flying objects or UFO because we are not talking about extraterrestrial beings. We are talking about lives very, very far beyond that kinds of lives, extraterrestrial beings, because these lives that we are talking are supreme superlight angels. Meaning supreme superlight angels, planets and stars are not the means of their abode. So meaning they are not the place of their abode. That is not their domicile. That is not their residence. So hindi sila nagapuyo anang mga planets o stars because planets and stars dili na mao ilang kalibutan. They do not need planets and stars for them to exist their lives. So it means to say dili na mao ilang balay. So it means to say therefore dili na sila mga extraterrestrials. Okay, Maribik. Jim, a new thing comes up every time I do meditation. I saw myself covered with geometric shape. In earlier Then middle was rainbow, and outer was light. I just don't understand and can't find any any answer. Okay, that's nice because that pertains to your multidimensional level of connection. So it means to say you have to activate and about to activate your multidimensional level of connections. Then you go to the beyond. The rainbow is the beyond. The different colors that you see, the geometric symbol that you see that surrounds you is the multidimensional level of existence. Then right after that, if you can activate all those connections, you can discern the puzzles of mystery of the multidimensional level of existence. Then you go to the RBL. RBL is rainbow bridge of light because you are going to go the beyond connections. So it means to say that you are ascending your advanced divine connections. So that's nice, Maribik. That's nice. So it means to say that you will excel on your endeavor in the spiritual side. You will be guided and more things that shall come to you as you go along on your inner cultivation. So be careful ka lang sa imong inner cultivation because that's the time also that you are very transparent because you are shining. Nag-iilaw ka talaga at saka pag mag-iilaw ka talaga maraming mga gustong lumalapit sa iyo kasi they like your light. So it must be, of course, do not go outside the most powerful protection. Always have your most powerful protection to secure all the time, 24 hours. You are guided and you are shielded all the time. So from Matan Chirel, my spiritual study last night, sleep was this GM. I saw you with Haligi Ruslan and me. We are in a very high mountain, and in that mountain we stay in the most upper part of the house in the mountain. Then suddenly there is a low flow of water down starting to cover the lowland, and I saw many people floating. They're like dead people, but the water looks clean and clear. Hope my spiritual study will continue tonight and so on. Thank you, James. So mga damgo katuan ng dili kaduwa-duwaan. So it means to say matan na mga tao limpyo man ang tubig, but itong mga tao floating in the water looking as if parang mga dead people. So it means to say force of nature diyan na will devastate the land and it will claim many lives of the people. Okay lang yung mga tao na doon sila but hindi sila look as if dead, but they are look as if dead. So it means to say force of nature suddenly will devastate the land at hindi man siya lubog, so hindi siya malinaw, so more or less precisely galing sa dagat yan. So parang you have to do something for that dream. Whenever the time you have dream something like that, so you do healing and ask the blessings of the Supreme Master of Heaven to protect the people, to save people, so that you can help in the spiritual side. Now also joining is Susit Cabardo. Mayong hapon, Susit. Mayong hapon. And joining also is Imong Tinalikdan, Igmat Ramon. Igmat Ramon is good in cooking. Master niya sa cookery. So pag naamo diri sa Cebu, makatilaw mo sa cookery ni Igmat Ramon, expert niya sa pagluto. Okay, so may hapon do, and while cooking, you're also watching the live conference. This is our holistic art. So everybody, sa tanan natong mga chapter sa Tabuilan, si Ann, sa Bethlehem de Resort Paradise, Marabilia, Tabuilan, Cebu, North, Philippines. Okay, mayong hapon, Ann, and I miss you here. Hindi pa kita nakita ngayon dito sa live broadcast natin. And yon sa lahat ng mga practitioner natin doon sa Manila, si Marwin, si Ani, si V, sa lahat dyan, sino pa ba yung mga kasama natin dyan? Sa Haliging Bululakaw, and to all the friends ni Haliging Bululakaw, at saka yung kapatid natin, yung healer, sino ba yun? Si Haring Bakal. Si Haring Bakal ba yun? Okay, nice to remember you, but I do not yet see you here live in broadcast, but I could perceive the energy is joining. Nice. Sino, anong pangalan niya?
Si
June. June.
Lasaga.
Okay, mayayong hapon ni mo diha, John. And okay, so getting closer in the planet are the supreme superlight angels. So itong supreme superlight angels, I'm talking about their commands of angels, which are assigned or which are ordained by the Supreme Council of the Most High to assist the planetary ascension. So the entire planetary ascension will be assisted by 7 commands of angels. So it means to say 7 commands of angels, the Akadastar command, the 7 commands of angels. So Akadastar command, Saturn command, Norsium command, Nordium or Shikam command, Jopercom, Martium, and yun, the Hilarium Gideon command. And at present by this time are the 4 commands of angels, the Akadastar, Satrion, the Nordium Oshikam, and the Akadastar, Nordium Oshikam, Satrion, and tatlo. So, the coming of the next command will be for the bigger activities for the entire planet. Malaki na itong mga activities. Ngayon, mayroon the Akadastar command. So, whenever the time, you can see angels on the skies, yung maliwanag na maliwanag sila, puti yung ilaw nila, so that is Akadastar command. Pag mayroon Nordium Oshikam, iba ang kulon ng Nordium Oshikam, they are responsible for the healing, for the entire universe, not only in this galaxy, but for the entire cosmos. So, lahat ng mga tao, ito tayo, tao dito sa ating mundo. So, we are in this space, itong mga mukha natin. Then, all the lives in the cosmos, mayroong mga lives. So, itong Nordium lives, itong Nordium Oshikam, they are responsible for giving the healing for the entire planet and for the entire universe. Then, the Saturn command and the Nordium Oshikam command. So, 4 sila ngayon, 4. The coming of the 5th command will open up the big event for the entire planet. So, ano ba yung big event na yan? So, ano bang ibig sabihin na mayroong signal na sila, dumarating na sila? So, mayroong malaking boom. Mayroong mangyaring malaking boom. So, it means boom energy. Malaking boom ng energy. Then, the unveiling is began. So, it means to say the unveiling is began. Lahat ng mga taong mga nakakonect sa Supreme Superlight Energy Station na i-release ngayon sa Supreme Superlight Angels na extension sa kanilang territorial dimension in the 3rd dimension, right here in our 3rd dimension. So, lahat ng mga taong naman nagkakonect, makasabay sila sa frequency ng expansion of that frequency. Makasabay sila sa expansion ng energy. Bagwan ngayon, wala ngayong mga powers itong mga tao kasi ang mga tao, they are in the material side, and if they want to have also inner cultivation, parang malakas na cultivation, but it cannot really illustrate bigger power. But itong darating na panahon, I'm talking about talagang malakas na energy. People can manipulate energy. So that's why this is the most precise or vital part, crucial part in everyone's inner cultivation, so that we are not left behind. So, kailan yan mangyari? Things that we do not know, only the Supreme Master knows. But the signal by this time is already given. There are already signals that they are coming. So, that's why I'm talking about this is the precise, this is the moment in time in the planet we're in. We could say crucial time in the planet for the entire humanity. Mga tao, they can experience the different trials of life. Viruses, illness, death, war, all those things, all those negative energies, negative psychic attacks, yung mga depressions, disease, and all those kind of problems, negative energies. So that's why by this time, we must resort into the most powerful foundation in life. And this is the time to do our inner cultivation. So inner cultivation, so develop the physical body, the soul body, the spirit. So body, mind, soul, and spirit, and be able to know your advanced elemental bodies. So at present life evolution, as I said, we are 9 advanced elemental bodies, and wait for the volume 2, because the volume 2 I simplified what are the elemental bodies where we are going to connect, and where that elemental bodies come from. So it's really nice to know. That's why you must first begin. If you want to become familiar with the literature of Dugukan and be familiar with the teachings of Dugukan advanced lessons, so we must begin with the book 1. Kasi itong book 1, the point of the book 1, at least we have the introductions and the lessons. And the book 2 will describe all those things. For example, conscious astral travel, then the real nature of our soul as a cell, then cell that will become a soul, then permanent atom of the astral body, or conscious or permanent atom of the astral body, or cells consciousness, or cells permanent atom of the supralight body, and all those connected bodies that we have. Then as we go forward, it is easier for me to share with you the lessons, the advanced lessons, because we are familiar with the term that we use. Kasi itong mga term that we use, I'm looking for the best term to fit into the purpose. Kasi itong mga names ng mga angels, especially, they are not having the names with meaning here in the planet. So, just like for example, Supreme Superlight Angels, mayroong name ng mga Supreme Superlight Angels, but not in the name that we are using here. So, we need to assign words to describe to them, which is also allowed by them, so that whenever the time that practitioners will connect, they can connect. So, that's why I write the book and in this way. I write the book in this way, and I'm encouraging everyone, if you have the aim to go deeper, advanced lessons of Dugukan, even though you have read the book already, just keep reading the book, so that it will come into your subconscious mind that, oh, this is Supreme Superlight Angels, this is Rhythm Bridge of Light, this is Guardian Angel Spiritual Master, this is Starseed Life Union, this is Target Portal. So all those things will become familiar in our subconscious mind, and whenever the time that we discuss, go deeper in the lessons, it could not be very difficult for me to explain, because we are already enhanced with the informations. What are these things? What are these informations that we are talking about? So this is holistic art. So why I keep repeating this is holistic art. So when I'm talking about holistic art, people are misled when they are new listeners of our lessons, because we're talking about mystical side, and in the mystical side, is there a holistic art that talk about holistic thing? So holistic lessons, holistic art, it means to say we must be in the education of how to have a good management on our health. So when we have that kind of education, good management for the health, what we learn is we must study this program for the health. So we go to the doctor, so that the doctor will give us guidance on what we are going to do if in case we have illness. Then what we are now doing, we are doing about the spiritual side, because as I said, this one thing that the medicine in the material side cannot complete, because people are deleting the most important part, the vital part, which is energy. So that's why the old science is talking about the material, the education of material. So based on the Newtonian physics, and that principle, that education does not include the energy. Now the new science is talking about energy. So we cannot separate the energy from the material side, because the material side, interpenetrating the material side and inside and outside, is energy. So it means to say this will not become an object like this without the energy. So that's why it formed into this object, because of the field, because of the energy. So this is now the new science. And in healing, in the actual application of healing, we cannot omit the energy, because we cannot complete the healing if we are going to omit the energy. So that's the new education now, and advancement of science. And in the spiritual side, that is good, because the spiritual side now, people are talking about the spiritual side, and many people did conclude that that's hoax. Whenever the time we talk about spiritual, that's hoax, that's binuang lang, mga kuana ilad-ilad, kulto na. So you see the point, there is lack of the education. Why? Because we are not being aware of the vital essence of life. And now good, very good today, because science now is into the explorations of energy. So it means to say science now is talking about spiritual. And that is the concern now, because we are going to share to the people how we are going to cultivate powerful immune system, powerful soul, powerful body, mind, soul, and spirit. So that's why the holistic art of Dugukan is development of the body, mind, soul, and spirit. Now, joining also is Anne. Anne, kumusta? Ganiha man si Anne, join unya. Karon pa ko nakabandayan, pero that's why ganihan lang ko. Kumusta man si Anne sa Taboylan, sa Bethlehem, the Paradise Resort. Anyway, I always miss the place because it's my home also. It's my home. Kay feel at home kay ko basta to ako sa Bethlehem. Very nice. Unya si Ann to apod kadto. Unya kumusta man ang atong I informed by Holige Roslen na nanang dia inyo nang gi-arrange and nice, because ato nang gamiton, and I'm looking forward na makatulong tayo sa mga tao. Anyway, nakatulong naman tayo. Ano sige, pulpi ako dito. Nakatulong naman tayo kasi itong mga practitioners ng Dugukan, naggamit sila ng Ascension Oil. And the Ascension Oils, as I said, we are going to prepare the Ascension Oil so that it will be for the use on the future. Itong future, mayroong mga darating na kailangan talaga yung oil. And I said that how you are going to manage the health when it comes to the cultivation. So, pag mayroon kayong ginamit na oil every day before you go to sleep, once a day lang, isang cup ng oil, Ascension Oil, that is for the cleansing of the physical body. Cleansing ng mga energy tunnels para maka-maintain tayo ng clean energy tunnel sa katawan. And of course, kakainin yan sa ating mga cells. So meaning we are feeding up vital essence of nature from the different powerful herbs. Different powerful herbs galing sa mga ingredients ng Ascension Oil. So it means to say the Ascension Oil that we're talking now is composed of 204 plus isa, so 205 powerful herbs. So that's why hindi yan basta-basta, and those powerful herbs, complete powerful herbs, hindi niya sa nagsangka ang ingredients, because that is from the divine guidance. Kailangan na ma-preserve natin yan. And as earlier as now, mayroon tayong mga nakaandamog, mga lana diha, kay makatabang na siya. And I suggest, my advice to everybody na gamitan na ninyo para makainom mo kay para pagpalikon mo na sa inyong immune system. Kanya mo power ang inyong system, mo power po ang inyong energy body. You can enhance the cultivation. So walang virus, di mo maunsag virus na. In fact, the time nga maka-feel mo og dili maayo, balantan baro panangnit karon, inom na yan ng juice sa lana, juice sa Ascension Oil, juice man guna, ay lang inang tambal kay juice man na bay kuan, para juice yung mystical, hinatag na sa Dios ang kanang oil, tambalan mo na, maayo mo na. Okay, yan na ang oil, ready na. Okay. Maayoan. Oil is ready for pick up. Okay, right after the lockdown, the enhancement quarantine. Ato ta dito sa atong site from Biyaya. So sorry kayo GM if daghan kayo ko question. Pardon me for being so last na lang jud. Ayaw nang last. I'm glad that you have many questions. Okay, basahon sa nako. Last na lang jud ni nako nga pangutana for today. One afternoon, paghangad nako sa sky, nakita nako ang rainbow. And in a split of seconds, nawala og kalit. To my surprise, natingala ko kay after atong hitabua, I can See rainbows anywhere, sa mga bato, sa mga dahon, sa yuta, maskin sa wall sa akong shower room. Okay, so that's reflection of the rainbow. So your home is over the rainbow. Unsa kaha pasabot ani GM?
Call me.
Call me
Si Awon.
si awon kayo, but
I even
I even think of ala beng sulod ang rainbow sa akong mata kay ngano makakita man ko rainbow anywhere. Okay, that's your connection with the rainbow. So because your home is over the rainbow, so you can see rainbow. So that's good because you see the rainbow bridge of light. So when talking about rainbow bridge of light, itong rainbow bridge of light talagang mayroon tayong connection with the rainbow bridge of light. So that's why itong energy stations, actually I'm talking about you are going to connect with the spiritual energy stations, and the spiritual energy stations of the Supreme Super Light Angels actually represented by the rainbow bridge of light. So mayroong malalaking mga rainbow bridge of light, bridges of light in the four main directions of the north, the south, the east, and the west. So people that can connect with the rainbow bridge of light, so mayroong mga activation na makikita nila as they go along on your deeper discovery. So ma-enhance mo yung mga visions, makikita mo, so mayroon ka ng control. Then you cannot only see the rainbows because it's there. It's there in your subconscious mind, nakaregister siya because there is there the passion in your heart. So that's what I said, that whenever the time we have passion, pag may passion tayo, so it is quickly absorbed in our subconscious mind. But if without passion, wala tayong passion sa mga ginagawa natin, maski nga 10 taon, wala tayong mga absorption, retention of the knowledge, retentions of the informations na gusto nating malaman but not from the heart, so mawala yan, madali yan makalimutan. So that's why even you go to school, when we remember the time of our schooling, so mayroon tayong marami tayong mga natutunan na memorize, but right after the schooling wala na tayong ma-remember. Ang madali na lang ma-remember natin ang yung na lang mga pinaka-simple at yung mga enumerations na memorize natin na wala na lahat. So because we are forcing the memory of our mind to remember the things that we're not actually within the heart. So it must be with passion in the heart. So it means to say your divine connection is working within. So that's why this is the point that we are going to open up our heart wisdom. The time we can open up our heart wisdom, so it's there, quick spiritual growth. But then if we cannot open up our spiritual connection, if we cannot open up our heart wisdom, it's something like difficult to remember, difficult to evolve in our spiritual growth because dito lang lahat sa utak. And mind us that we said that there are two kinds of understanding. Itong understanding, human understanding at saka spiritual understanding. And what I'm talking now, when we are going to go inner discovery, we should resort into spiritual understanding. At saka itong spiritual understanding, we must resort into the consciousness of our heart wisdom. So itong heart wisdom natin is also a mind. It is consciousness. So we have the brain in the head, the brain which is the brain which has the mind, and we have also the brain in the heart which is also consciousness. This kind of brain is heart wisdom. But mayroon siyang isa which is also the counterpart, which is the human heart. So the human heart, it is what is said in, we are now going to borrow the words from Jeremiah. Religious muna tayo. Although we are not teaching religion, but sinabi doon na ang kasing limbungan, labaw sa tanang mga butang, kinsay makasusi ni ini. Sa Tagalog, sa English, the heart is deceitful above all things. So it means to say that is human heart. So when you say that you are going to follow your heart, be sure that your heart is having the light of wisdom. So it must be heart wisdom. But if it is not heart wisdom, do not follow your heart because you will be misled. So the time you are misled, so who will suffer the consequences, the negative side effects, or the negative consequences by being misled in life? So you yourself. So that's why by this time we must be guided by the light of wisdom, so we cannot mislead our life. And this is the best opportunity for this time. We are being guided by the holistic art. It must be holistic art because the time, okay, I would say, okay, I'm very good. I am the positive side. So, positive thoughts. But whenever the time there are situations that would try by patients, for example, mayroon tayong problema, mayroong mga nagkasakit or mayroong mga unpleasant situations. So the negative energies are forcing us to be in the negative side. So that's why maraming mga tao, walang tao na gustong maging masama. Ngayon lang ang mga tao naging masama because of the negative influence, because of the negative energies in the surrounding. So that's my reason why everybody, lahat ng mga tao, kailangan nila energy cultivation, kailangan nila holistic art. So, for example, today, mayroon tayong problem, the threats of the COVID, threatening the billions of people around the world. So, bakit ma-threaten ang mga tao if they have powerful shielding? Bakit ma-threaten ang mga tao if they are doing inner cultivation? Alam nila na they are not vulnerable with negative energies. But of course, because we don't have that kind of education, talaga, ma-threaten tayo. And because of that, because we are considering that the billions of people are not doing inner cultivation, so we must also cooperate and we must encourage everyone to cooperate so that we could maintain the balance, peace, and harmony in our surroundings, in our nations, and in the entire planet. Of course, there are many things to consider because that's why I suggest that we must do inner cultivation because in time of human deficiency, this is important because there are really human deficiencies. It means to say, itong human mga deficiencies, for example, we are not vulnerable with the virus because we have inner cultivation, but we are vulnerable sa gutom. Patay tayo wala tayong bugas, di ba? Okay lang pag mayroong mga magbigay ng bugas. Okay, that's good, it's okay. Pag wala tayong bugas, okay, nabigyan tayo ng bigas. Anyway, hindi naman tayo pabayaan sa gobyerno. Mayroon namang mga bigas na talagang ipaabot, mga pagkain na ipaabot sa mga tao. Well, I'm not talking today, but what it about, we'll just consider, mayroong situation na ganyan, na talagang mayroong pera, maraming pera, walang problema sa economy, but there is problem of the food supply. Okay, patay tayo dyan. For in case you are lost in somewhere, a place where you cannot buy your food, patay ka dyan pag walang makakain. So inner cultivation is not a kind of sacrifice. I'll tell you that inner cultivation is not a sacrifice. In fact, it is a way how you are going to experience, how you are going to realize that you are blissful in life. Life is always blissful, and you are one of the most blessed someone in the entire planet. You are one of the richest man in the entire planet. Would you agree with me when I say that you are one of the richest people in the entire planet, but you don't have millions pesos. You don't have $1,000,000. Why? Because energy. Today it happens that the medium exchange is okay. Sorry. Let's get back. Today, it's good for today because when you have the wealth today, because banknotes, gold, silver, money. Okay, wait siya for a while ha, kay atong tarungon siya nitong signal kay na interruption. Okay. Then what if the medium of on the coming days as we go forward in the higher activation of the planet's ascension, there is transformation wherein money, gold, silver, and all the banknotes would not be any longer the medium of exchange. That the medium of exchange is energy. So by this time, you are preparing yourselves to be the most or the richest, one of the richest person in the entire cosmos. Because you can survive even without the usual food that people are eating every day. So that's why people are talking about art of survival, learning spiritual study, spiritual practice. So spiritual practice is a very big scope, wide scope. Napakalaki ang ibig sabihin. So that's why I am telling everyone that, sharing everyone that the education is the knowledge is a never never ending process of learning. So every now and then is a process of learning. And experience is the great teacher. From Haliging Bulalakaw, mayong hapon, GM, we're always one with our activities. Okay, nice do. And I'm glad to hear from you. Then Joan also is joining from Danao chapter. Ayong hapon sa tanang mga taga Danao chapter. Yeah. Maayo kay nag-Art of Life po diha. Okay, from Irish Bularin. Hello, GM. Okay, kataas ani nga message. Pagkataas ani nga message. Okay, anyway, atong basahon. Taas pa mo po ng oras, no? Well, at last, I able to remember and do my spiritual study this morning. I remember I am with Haligi Mayet Noinay and Magkaton Solmari Marisol Albansina. Sinya Villegas was riding a bus similar with that bus you described. That will fit us. May pawatamog isultian, no? Fit us to travel to the elemental realms. Also, two men sitting ahead of us, very white and brilliant, ilang clothes and skin. We are heading to Bethlehem. Wow! And paminawaan, ha? We are heading to Bethlehem in Tabuilan, but tangason ang dalan o nakatulog ko sa biyahe. Part of that activity, Haligi Mayet and Magkaton Salmari went to stay out of the bus and buy food in Jollibee. And we proceed hangtod nakamata ko kay nigahi akong lawas sa dulhugon nga part. Thank you, GM. Okay, continue the experience. And the good ato nga experience uptake og na nakibalo mo sa ngalan sa driver. Kaya ang driver sa bus, katong nga bus, katong akong panodlo ninyo sa una, okay, timon ilang to ninyo kay mingon nagay ko sa inyo, wa may kasabot aning daghan. Mingon ko sa inyo nga panahon na sige manurit nga to, ipakuha ta mo og ining tourist bus, ha. Yang tourist bus anara na mo tunga sa inyohang tukaran sa bungtod ay mo duha-duha sakay lang mo dayon. Kay makaabot mo dito sa syudad nga wala pa ninyo madto. Binuang ra na. Ayaw lang mo to, anak. Kay binuang ra na nako. Pero, it is it by the heart wisdom. So, it means to say na, heart wisdom gani, it must be heart wisdom. So, human heart gani, human heart. So, different emotions. So, different understanding. Because we have the mind. Human understanding from the mind, it has consciousness. And human heart, it has also consciousness. So the human nature is we keep looking for the reasons, and we keep also resonating for the things that even though makita na to, but we keep asking why. And anyway, that's true because that is the path to learning. That is the path to learning. So that's why we are in this education of inner discovery so that we can accomplish our endeavor in life. So, marami namang mga tao na mga enthusiast sila sa inner discovery. Ang kailangan ng ngayon is itong mga further datas. Further nga datas pa, mas marami pang mga datas wherein we can begin truly our inner discovery. So, I'm talking about Art of Life. So, mayroong 4 na command ng mga angels. Why I call this command of angels? Kasi they're having corresponding command. And the 72 branches of the angels of the Supreme Light, they are in charge for the entire cosmos. 7 to assist the entire ascension in the planet. So, we have now the planetary ascension. So, in talking about planetary ascension, the planet is now ascending from minor vibrational frequency into higher vibrational frequency, even though the people will not believe it, but anyway, this is the scenario whether we believe it or not. So this is really the natural course of the life's ascension into higher dimension. Hindi na kailangang maniwala pa yung mga tao, maniniwala tayo o hindi, kasi that is talaga natural yan. So, ang ganito lang mangyari, pag itong mga tao maniwala sila, then medyo left behind na yung time, running out na sa time, so they are going to finish their mortal physical existence, wala silang physical na katawan, doon na sila sa astral dimension, doon na ang malaking regret. So that's why regret always happen after the fall. So it means to say, by this time, we must not be irresponsible for our spiritual responsibility. This is the time that we have to resort into our spiritual responsibility. Then who will benefit for the spiritual responsibility that we are going to comply? You yourself, because you are responsible for your very own salvation. So you are very responsible for your very own salvation. I myself is responsible for my own salvation, for the salvations of the loved ones, and everybody, and you as well, because in the concept of oneness, this is our oneness with all. So it means to say, we have life's connectivity with all. So people in the surroundings, people, even your families in the stars. So we have these connectivities. So how many lives reincarnation you have done already in yourself? So it means to say that not only in this parlance of existence you are existing life, but even before this parlance of existence you are already existing your life. So it's there written, everything in your information about the information of your life is written in your book of life. So resort into the knowing of your book of life, and that is important. So how you are going to do it? Go advance your spiritual study. First, put it in your habit. Once you can put it into your habit, during the night you go to sleep, set your mind that you do conscious astral journey. So if you are going to do it, conscious astral journey, every night you are going to do astral journey. So count how many days in a year. So there are 365 days in a year. So with that 365 years in a year, then every night you go your conscious astral travel. So it means to say that there's no point that you cannot learn conscious astral journey, because it is actually natural. There is only veiling between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, wherein all these kinds of information that we're talking about, majority of these informations are already there recorded on your subconscious mind, and 99% of those vital information is there on your book of life. So it means to say there is another conscious mind in the subconscious mind. So it's not really conscious mind at all. So there is another conscious mind which is 99.9% there, vested all the histories of your life, past, present, and future. Why past, present, and future? Because only here in the mortal physical third dimension we have present, past, present, and future. That's why it's called third dimensional existence. Third dimension, because we have past, present, and future. We have measurement. We have weights. So it means to say we count the numbers of the days. We determine the days and the night. But in higher dimensions is not talking about time. It is beyond time. So it means to say all those informations, you have your permanent atom of consciousness. It is there written in your book of life. So that's why the Akasa record or Akashic record or your book of life, it is termed Akasa or Akashic record. In our Cebuano term, libro sa kinabuhi. Itong libro sa kinabuhi mo, when you can activate your window towards the knowing, towards visiting your book of life, there you can see who you are, who really you are. So that's why know thyself requires you to do your actual experience in the realms of daily dimensions, in the realms of many dimensions. It's not in the realm only in the multi-dimensional level of existence, but it must be in the beyond multi-dimensional level of existence. Okay? From Marivic, good afternoon, GM 172. I am Amit, Marivic's husband. Yes. Good afternoon, Amit. I'm really glad to see you. And nice to see you. I can perceive your energy. Nice to see you here.
He is an Indian.
Yes, England.
Indian.
Yes. Yeah. Nice. India and Indian. Nice to see you, Amit. And I'm glad to see you. Really glad to see you here. Then I'm suffering from I'm suffering from severe dizziness, vertigo. Can spiritual healing heal this kind? It can.
If can,
How
how?
I'm able to overcome this? Please, Jim, help me, please. Okay. In that case,
Your husband.
uh, in that case, you can balance your energy, because what happened is so much energy there on your crown center. So it means to say congested energy in the crown center, and there is this alignment of your psychic energy centers or energy channels. So you can do it align first, do art of life, then controlled breathing exercise, then using the modality of the energy healing of Dukan, just give title to align my energy centers in the physical body, and to to rid off the congested part of the energies of my crown centers, and to balance all the energies in my entire body. Then relax and use natural breathing. Then if you do it naturally, okay, that kind of problem will rid off. It will be gone, because many of the practitioners also happen that also experiencing that kind of situation. Then I suggested them to do that way. Then those were healed. Those were healed, because that happened because there is energy imbalance. There is energy imbalance. In fact, some people who cannot who cannot adjust the energies, they not only feeling dizziness, they feel deaf, they cannot hear because of the so much energy. So it must be that excessive energy in the crown center must be rid of, so to balance the energy and to harmonize the entire energy system. So that is why learn your energy healing. The energy healing that we have, there are actually, I will give you technique. So this is our the techniques and doing energy healing. Okay, no more available space. Okay, wait for a while. Wait for a while, huh? We have to first. Okay, okay. There are two ways in doing energy healing. First, an energy healer will resort into projecting energy the way he has to heal his client using energy healing. Then he has to project energy. Then the other one is he has to give title for the energy healing. Why he has to give energy title for the healing? Because there are spiritual doctors that will heal, that will come in rescue for that healing. So they are the mystic. That's why this is a mystical side. So it means it's a mystical side. We are not using our projection. We are not going to project energy. You only need to give title for the energy, because spiritual doctors will do it for you. And that is powerful energy healing. So that's why in this kind of healing, energy healing, this modality, we need to have the connection of the spiritual doctors. And where are these spiritual doctors? So this is now the connection that we are going to deal with. So connect to the commands of the angels responsible for the healing, because there are healers invisible to us, but they can do healing anywhere you are in this dimension, even outside of this dimension. So that's why this kind of healing can even heal the problem of the soul in different dimensions. So this is another thing that we should be able to get familiar with. This another thing that okay, dami lang ha. Sige, okay. Okay, so na message tanaw ko na. Okay, so regards the question, mahilingan ba to siya? Okay, you can heal it. You follow the procedure. Connect to the angels of the supreme light for divine healing, to balance the energy of my crown center, to rid off the congested energy on my head center or crown center, brow center, and to align all the energies, to balance all the energies of my entire energy system. Okay, do it every night before you go to sleep. Then after doing that, relax and early wake up in the morning, do a short breathing exercise, or you do your fourth task of energy cultivation or art of life. Then right after that, you can see the big difference in 3 days or even hour. After you can feel the big difference right after the day of your actual applications of the procedure that I give it to you. Okay, so from Jamaica, good PM Jim. Does everything today in the world,
Happen today.
does everything happen today in the world part of the natural process? The planet is ascending, but transformation may happen hard to many inhabitants in this planet because many calamities are happening, and so many people also getting depressed, even spiritual practitioners.
Or is it part?
Or is it part of the awakening? Still have many things to ponder and thoughts as to what is really going on to understand the deeper meaning of all GM and universe is vast, the more to discover.
Much more.
Thank you for everything, GM. Okay, everything is natural. Even the things that we do not think is natural, it's everything is natural. So that's why we cannot overcome the law of nature. The law of nature, if even if how we are going to aim ourselves to alter nature, we cannot alter nature. For after all, everything will go back to normal. Even the way we think, what we need now is we are going to activate our advanced connection, our divine connection with the advanced, with the most powerful foundation in life, the spiritual side. And with that, and with that, okay, we can understand what is the meaning of being natural. Our one is with nature, our one is with all the stars. Okay, from Junel, I read many posts of star sets and galactic message for energy update for planetary ascension. Is it possible the frequency of Earth Alpha 7.8 is changing into gamma higher frequency this this year?
In this year.
In this year, that is possible. That is possible because really there is an expansion of energy by this time. So that's why there is message from the Supreme Master by this time. We have to receive, align, and adapt. Because at any rate of time, it will happen. Minor vibrational frequency, then rapidly accelerate by its powerful revolutions of energy, then it will reach really high, super high energy. Wherein, as I said, you can use super electromagnetic force. Then there is electromagnetic pulse that will come out in your body. So it means to say that there are so many things that will happen for the entire humanity. And those people that can align, okay, they will be having good fortune in life because life is really blissful. When I said life is really blissful because it is not bad lucks. And who are those lives that will become bad lucks? Those people that cannot receive alignment enough the frequency in this transitory time of the planet. So that's it. Okay, from Maribik, maraming salamat po, GM. Matagal na niya akong sinasabihan na ask help pero hindi ko pinapansin. Sinamahan niya ako kagabi sa rooftop pero hindi na siya nakatulog pa, and then his dizziness started. We are very thankful for your guidance. Okay, this is also the point. You're welcome, Maribik. People who have higher connections in their physical body, because it's really natural in their physical body, because they have activated advanced connections from their spiritual nature, from their supreme selves. So whether they will like it or not, talagang nandyan sa katawan nila yan. So the dangerous lang, pag hindi nila enhance itong mga energies nila, especially third eye, the dangerous is actually, even they are going to close it, they cannot close it because it's really the nature of his physical body or someone's haligay, dari sa haligay, dari kaya na magsigig ka, kwan, maka. Okay, mag-sorry tadaan aning atong mga viewers. The signal here is on, off, then balik na naman, then on and off, then balik na naman. So I have to wait sometimes na babalik yung signal natin. Siguro because malakas yung mga energy ninyo dyan. Dito ang energy ngayon malakas, so the connection is interrupted. Okay, saan ba yun yung sabi nako? Okay. Yung 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 energy in the body, nature yan sa katawan. Ang worst yan, pag hindi mo yan i-enhance, maraming mga negative psychic attackers, not necessarily human beings. Mayroong mga elementals na mga mischievous elementals na makakita sa yung light kasi nag-iilaw yung brow center mo. You see, pag sabi ko kasi nag-iilaw yung brow center mo, ma-off na naman yung internet connection natin. So, ngayon, bumalik na. Okay, nag-iilaw yung brow center mo, makikita yan ng mga negative elementals, then that's the time that they are going to attack you because they are thinking that you are powerful. But here comes now the situation is you are not aware with your psychic power, you are not aware with your spiritual power, your inner potential. So, yan na dyan yung problema. Kasi a person who is not aware of his inner potential is actually crippled to use his power. So, it means to say that the person who does not know his innermost potential is very vulnerable with negative psychic attack. So, dyan na magkakontaminate yung energy. Mayroong negative energy contaminations that will cause disharmony or disease of your physical. Okay. Continue. Disease of your physical body. So, I have to memorize the last part of my sentence because with the time it will off, so I have to repeat my words kasi talagang ma-off itong signal natin ngayon, then we'll get back. So our signal here is on and off. So anyway, it's okay because we're still watching the beautiful scenery of nature here, right here in our site in the country Cebu, Philippines. So this is a beautiful place. Okay, I'll let you see first the beautiful nature in Cebu. Okay. Okay, I'll let you see the beautiful place in Cebu. Balik ko nila eh. Okay, paano na. Beautiful place. Beautiful place. Okay. Okay, nature. Bungtod. So this is the place in Cebu. We're in high frequency. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. The city of Cebu, the beautiful place of Babag. Okay, Cebu. Okay, nature. Okay, nature. This is beautiful place of Cebu. When I'm talking about Cebu, Tabuilan, Marabilia, Carcar City, Naga, Toledo, and many Argao, Sibunga, so many places in Cebu. Very nice. So that's why nakita na ka today. Okay. Okay, that is Haliging Roslyn. She manages my screen because I let you know that I'm expert in computer, so in cell phone. So that's why I do not use cell phone touchscreen. This is my cell phone, antique and very luxurious. You know how much is this? This is 590 peso. That's why I do not like touchscreen because you know how it was the hassle of touchscreen. Every day you have to manage the technology. Okay, so there also are our brothers and sisters, mga brothers and sisters in the holistic art of Dugukan. Don't you worry because here we have social distancing 5 meters away. So 3 to 5 meters away. So social distancing. Okay, yes, so beautiful. Janelle, last year, GM, I practiced astral projection for a week.
For 1 week.
Then natakot ako doon sa vibration state na yung malapit na makalabas sa katawan, sleep paralysis mode. I see. Napawang na po na yun.
Sleep.
Ito na.
Tuwasan lang sa nilang kung natakot ako doon sa vibration.
Okay, wait ha, kay nakuha na po, na low signal po ta.
Then natakot ako.
Natakot ako.
Then
Okay.
natakot ako doon sa vibration.
Okay. Anyway, as I said, during astral projection, do not worry. If you are afraid in your astral projection, that's the time yung mga mischievous elementals, makita nila yung mga thoughts mo. Before you do astral projection, they are observing your thoughts. So that's why, if you are wise enough, that's why you should be able to learn the strategies, different strategies of doing astral travel or conscious astral projection, because we must be wise enough in doing so, because itong mga mischievous elementals, ang daming interruption ngayon sa signal natin. Okay. That's why technology is sometimes good, sometimes always good. Right? Because we are in the positive vibration. So, even itong mga mischievous elementals, we are going to train them to become positive as well. They can see your thoughts. Makita nila yan anong mga fears mo. So the time that you're afraid, for example, you're afraid of demons, so they will say that they are going to claim that, oh, I am demon, I am powerful than you. So when you get out of your physical body, I will take off your body. I have power to destroy you. So that's why, do not believe that, because that is impossible. They are at the early stage of their spiritual development.
Early stage of spiritual development.
They are
On their early stage.
okay. They are at the early stage of their spiritual development. So that's why, don't you worry when you do astral journey, because mga elementals yung mga makikita ninyo, at saka hindi sila kailangan katatakutan, because if you are going to terrify them para matakot sila, show your power. You just say that I'm your God, so do not intervene, do not get closer, because I can put you in the battle of violet flame. So it means to say I can put you in prison if you get closer. So that's it. So it means to say that by doing that, they are afraid. So that's why, do not reveal your spiritual privacy. Because if the mischievous elementals at the early stage of their spiritual development can do that, so advanced negative psychic attackers can really observe what are your weaknesses. So you get the point, friends, brothers and sisters. So that's why, don't you worry. Pag the time parang manigas yung katawan ninyo, because of the acceleration of the energy, the muscles are not actually adapting the tremendous energy's revolution or accelerating the physical body. So that's the time that you have to resort into deep breathing, controlled breathing. But don't you worry. So long as you can do deep breathing, okay, that's it. It will back to normal. Then you can even successfully go outside.
Okay.
You can successfully go outside of your physical body. Okay, so there's no harm in doing conscious astral journey. Don't you worry, because usually people who are not doing inner cultivation, who are not doing exercise, so they feel maggahi yung katawan nila, but it's not actually dangerous. It's not dangerous. Ang dangerous yung ano ba yun sa tawag ng Tagalog, katong urom, ang urom. Nightmare. So the dangerous in English is when you have nightmare. So bangungot sa Tagalog. So bangungot sa Tagalog. Yan ang dangerous. But yung bangungot, hindi yan astral travel. So when you do astral travel, you're accelerating your powerful energy centers in the physical body at that time. Okay. Nakuha na po lagi. Ayaw lagi biyahe lagi. Okay, at that time, when the powerful energies in the physical body are accelerating, so you don't have to worry because all those mga mischievous elementals are afraid to your energy. Nag-iilaw ka kasi, malakas yung ilaw mo. But only lang the problem, pag if you have the worries, makita nila yung worries, doon sila sasakay. And they will frighten you up with much, feed up kanilang ng maraming mga nakakatakot na mga visions na makakita mo talaga sa kanila because although they are at the early stage of their spiritual development, master sila sa mga illusions.
Fear.
So that's why matakot ka talaga kasi master sila ng mga illusions even though they are in the early stage of their spiritual development. But when you can use your powerful energies, okay, lahat sila mag-aalis yun. Even you can suppress them, all of them at one blow of your hand using your powerful energy. Okay, so from engineer, very very nice view, GM. Awesome place, good for meditation and spiritual journey. Yes, engineer. Maganda talaga, basta Cebu, maganda yung Cebu. Okay. I think we have done our conference today. From Janelle. Thank you, Jim. Now I'm enlightened. Okay, you're welcome, Janelle. And Maribik, I guess it's me who give you problem. Laging interrupted ka na. Nag-type ako or send ako.
Kasi siya daw naka-create.
Nag-type ako or send ako ng message. Nagkataon lang kasi malakas yung energy mo, Maribik. You are going beyond multi-dimensional level of existence. Okay, that's good. But I'm glad with that energy. Okay lang yun, masira itong mga technologies natin. So that's an illustration that we are not become slaves of technology. We can manage technology. Okay, all right? We are going to manage technology. Okay, I think our time now is done. So, our inner cultivation will resume tomorrow, 9.
May 9.
Okay, tomorrow is May 9 na. So, ugma, magsugod na ta sa tuwang cultivation, May 9. So, the inner cultivation using modality of water. So, use the modality of water at exactly 12 midnight. Okay, you can eat back to normal food.
Start 12 midnight lang.
Back to normal food. So begin at 12 midnight tomorrow. Tonight. Tonight we'll begin at 12 midnight. Then mag-close siya ugma 12 midnight. So you can get back to normal. You can eat the food that the usual food that you eat. So starting tonight, evening 12 midnight. So you can only drink water. So we are going to eat water. So we drink water for the meal, lunch, for the breakfast, lunch, and then our dinner. So even snacks. So you eat your snacks. Use vital essence of water. So living water of life. So we are going to bless the water with the powerful energies from the Supreme Master of Heaven to make the water a powerful living water of life. And drink it. And that will provide for the energy supply. That will provide for the energy supply of your physical and soul body. Okay? And to all the chapters of Dugukan and to all the friends, brothers and sisters following the holistic art of Dugukan, the revelations of the Supreme Superlight Angels by the Supreme Master of Heaven, Supreme Master Akarastar, Supreme Superlight Angels, Ole Infinita, or the Dugukan Foundation of Inner Cultivation. So, sa tanan ngayon nga mga nag-practice sa holistic art, okay, continue the lessons, and until the next time, I see you all tomorrow and same time. I bid you farewell. Okay, tonight, don't forget to do your spiritual study. Set up your mind, conscious astral. Set up your mind, conscious astral journey or astral spiritual study. Every time that you go to sleep during the night, okay, do it, and do not forget your forecast after you wake up early morning and do your exercise. Okay, for everybody, thank you for joining, and I bid you farewell now. Okay, exactly 6:15, collective exercise will do we will do Art of Life 172 exercise, home-based. Okay, home-based. Okay, we still have in the quarantine time. So, our next video live tomorrow the same time. More power to everyone. Hasta la vista and bless you all. More power and hasta la vista.